Hello everyone. In the last video, I had discussed the syllabus for information and network security. In this video, I am going to discuss the outline of Module 1 and the contents a little bit. So, the outline for Module 1 are the first one, how to speak crypto. So, how we can speak the things in cryptographic languages. So, the concept about classic crypto, and we are going to discuss something about different types of ciphers, simple substitution cipher, and next is cryptanalysis of a simple substitution. So after that, we'll discuss definition of secure, double transmission cipher, one-time pad, project Venona. Based on that, those concepts, so we'll be discussing project Venona. Then codebook cipher, ciphers of the election. These are all some examples. Ciphers of the election of 1876, modern crypto history, taxonomy of cryptography, taxonomy of cryptanalysis. And here, very important terms, something about cryptography and cryptanalysis. So we'll be discussing those things in the next line. This is what the outline of module 1. So as you are looking into this particular slide here, it is written something in the form of special words or complex words, what you can call it as encrypted words. So here there is something, some characters are written. That is what we can call it as a cipher text or encrypted text, and we are going to decrypt that text in the form of plain text. This is just an example, crypto basics. So we'll be discussing the different terms involved in crypto basics. So now you can see here there are different terms. The very first term is cryptology. So what is actually the cryptology is? It is the art and science of making and breaking secret codes. So this is what I think you all are aware that hacker, what actually the hacker does. So if some information is uh, coded, some information is encrypted, there are several applications. So that maybe one such example is banking application. In banking application, there are so many people who will be sending, who will be transferring the uh, uh, amount from sender to receiver. So in that case, what hackers does is they are trying to hack the information, and they are trying to hack the money in the middle. So that is what here the term is cryptology. The cryptology is the art of science of making and breaking secret codes. Next term is cryptography. So what is cryptography? Cryptology is combinedly called as art of making and breaking, but cryptography is only, it is related to one thing. It's the art of making secret codes. And after that, cryptanalysis is once you create a secret code, how to break that such secret codes. That is what cryptanalysis, breaking secret codes, very simple terms. Then after that we have crypto. So combinedly we can say that all the above are crypto. So this is what the cryptographic terms. One is cryptology, making and breaking the secret codes. Then second one is cryptography, creating secret codes. So there are different techniques, right? How to create a secret codes, how to encrypt the data, and there are different techniques how to break the secret codes. That is what cryptanalysis. And finally we have crypto. Now so we are set to speak in crypto. So now here there are again different terms here with respect to crypto here. So a cipher or crypto system is used to encrypt the plain text. Now here we have a data in the form of plain text. It may be images, it may be audio, it may be videos, whatever. So that is the original data. So that such data we are going to encrypt, to convert it into a special form of plain text. So that is what we can call it as a cipher. A cipher or crypto system is used to encrypt the plain text. The result of encryption is cipher text. So what we are going to encrypt the data, the outcome of that we can call it as a cipher text. That is what the complex data. Then after that, once we get the cipher text from plain text, we get the cipher text. So again, at the receiver end, that receiver has to receive only the plain text. But what receiver has to do? Receiver has to decrypt ciphertext to recover plain text. And in between these, the procedures, there are varieties of procedure to encrypt the plain text, and there is varieties of procedure to decrypt the ciphertext. And the very important term after encryption and decryption, that is a key. A key is used to configure a crypto system. So in generally we can call it as a configuration of crypto system. Key may be a particular key may be used for encryption of data, and the same particular key may also be used for decryption of data. And there are two things how we can make use of a key. One is a symmetric key. So what is actually a symmetric key? Symmetric key crypto system uses the same key to encrypt as to decrypt. So it means that the same shared secret key is used at sender as well as receiver. And one more key generation concept is public key crypto system, which uses a public key to encrypt the data at sender and private key to decrypt the data at receiver. So two different keys will be used in public key crypto system. So these are the this is what how we can speak in crypto, right? And there is a small flow diagram in how we can get ciphertext. So you can see here from plain text we can apply encryption, we'll get ciphertext, and after that we can decrypt, we can apply decryption, and once again we'll get plain text. This is what the process. So now here you can see this the basic assumptions of crypto. So there is a simple figures here. You can see this workstation is still logged in to the network. It's time to teach someone a lesson about security. So now we are all talking about security here. That is what information and network security. I'll just go in here and some warning, idiot alert, activating defensive veggie system. I have to go, some idiot violated my parameter. Please make it stop. Then how word you learn. So this is what very simple images which will give you something about security. Basic assumptions. The system is completely known to the attacker. Assume that what is exactly that crypto. So whatever the new encryption methodologies that particular system applies, assume that for the hacker or else for the attacker, assume that the system is completely known to the attacker. Now, only the key is secret. System here in the sense algorithm for encryption and decryption known to the attacker, but he doesn't know the key. Always keys are kept secret. That is, crypto algorithms are not secret. That is what the system. This is known as Kirchhoff's principle. The system is completely known to the attacker, only keeping the key is secret. That means crypto algorithms are not secret. So why do you make such an assumption? There is a question. Experience has shown that secret algorithms tend to be weak when exposed. Actually, we are supposed to, whatever the system it uses, but whatever the algorithms the developers have developed, but we are supposed to expose such algorithms. Anyhow, the hackers or attackers will come to know the working principle of such algorithms. But keeping keys secret, that is very important. Secret algorithms never remain secret. Better to find weaknesses beforehand. So now we can call that crypto as a black box. Earlier I was discussing about that block diagram of that conversion from plain text to ciphertext and from ciphertext to plain text. So how actually it does a generic view of symmetric key. So initially at the sender side, plain text and keys are given input to our encryption algorithm, to encrypt the data, which will convert it into ciphertext. So once that ciphertext will be transferred via transmission medium, and at the receiver end, receiver has to decrypt that particular ciphertext to plain text using once again the same key. That key should be known both to original sender as well as original receiver. No other persons should come in between, and they should know that key, and they should decrypt the ciphertext to get the plain text. So this is what the concept here. So how we are sending some authorized information to the secured persons. Now we'll start with the algorithms, simple cipher algorithms. So in that, the first one is, so how actually we are going to get the cipher text, then how we are going to convert that cipher text to plain text. For this, we have different ciphers. So in that, the first one is simple substitution. And very simple example here. I think you can see that plain text given as for score and 7 years ago. This is what the plain text. Now, for this, I think we'll consider this plain text at the sender side. To encrypt this plain text into to get the cipher text, we require key. So the key considered. So what key we are supposed to consider here? Now you can see this plain text as, which will plain text is nothing but which is any letter from A to Z, that is alphabetics. Then once again cipher text, we are going to get it once again with the same any of the letters between A to Z, but it is randomly changed. So a particular plain text letter is substituted with another letter. So that is what how we are going to consider the key here. Now you can just see the example here. A is A is shifted to D, and that will be considered as ciphertext. Now you can see that what is the key here? Key we can mention here as 3. So the meaning is very simple. We can shift A by 3. That is what we can call as a Caesar cipher. Shift by 3. 3 here is key. Means all the letters in the plain text will be shifted by 3 letters next. So B is replaced with E, C is replaced with F, like that D is replaced with G, up to Z is replaced with C. And similarly, with the same logic, we are supposed to consider F. F is replaced with I. O is replaced with the same concept, right? O is replaced with R. U is replaced with X, like that. Finally, O is replaced with R. So this is what, this is a ciphertext. Very simple. This is at the name itself is called as simple substitution cipher. Now we can see that the same procedure we can decrypt the cipher text here. Caesar cipher decryption. Suppose we know a Caesar cipher is being used. Suppose that receiver should know the key value, which is 3 here, and what receiver has got the cipher text here is, suppose we know Caesar cipher is being used. So here given cipher text is VSRO, and we are supposed to convert this into plain text. How actually we do this? Just a reverse. So V is before 3 letters, right? So it will be shifted reverse with V. Like that we can get it. You can see this plain text. Plain text here is, you can see that V is replaced with S. Before I think S is replaced with V, like that. So before 3 letters, that is what we can just we have to apply exactly the reverse procedure as we have done it in the sender side. So sender side, what we have to do is A is replaced with D, and at the receiver side D should be replaced with A, like that. Now you can see this here, not so simple substitution. So now we are going to study some details about this simple substitution. So in general we can create an algorithm for this. Shift by n, for some n belongs to the letters 0 to 25. It may be anything, that key value may be anything between 0 to 25. Then the key is n, right? Example, key n equal to 7, then we have to shift each letter by 7 letters ahead. Now very important part here, very important next part. So we have discussed cryptography in the simple substitution, means create how to create ciphertext from plain text, that is well known to original sender and receiver. Now this script analysis is related to attacker or else hackers, that what you know already. Script analysis. So what are the possibilities? What are the possibilities that a hacker can get the plain text with a particular ciphertext by simple substitution cipher? Now you can see here script analysis. Script analysis is the same thing, analyzing the ciphertext and trying to get the original plain text by the hacker. So here very simple concept is try them all. So what attacker can do here is, in the previous example, sender and receiver has used the key as 3. So now here in this case, if attacker is going to be used all the keys one by one, and if he gets the proper plain text, then he stops and he uses that plain text. So here try them all. A simple solution shift by n is used, but the key is unknown. Given ciphertext. So assume that this is a ciphertext. What we can do is, with this C, we can apply k equal to 0, we can apply k equal to 1, we can apply k equal to 2, and so on up to 25. And at some time, so for the same thing, we have to apply it for all the letters. At some time, we can get the proper plain text. This is what the crypt analysis, analyzing the ciphertext to get the plain text by the attacker. How to find the key? That's a very important question here. So here very simple, only 26 possible keys. Try them all, then you are going to get the plain text. Exhaustive key search, and one more is exhaustive key search, very important. Solution key is n equal to 4. So now in the previous slide, very simple substitution zipper, and in that if you try all 26 possible keys, you are going to get the plain text. Now here in one more case, simple substitution general case. In general, simple substitution key can be any permutation of letters, not necessarily a shift of the alphabet. For example, you can see here, A is replaced with J. This is what the ciphertext, and these are the plain text. Then here you can see that then 26 factorial, which is greater than 2 raised to 88 possible keys. This is what we can call as a, see, my question is, anyhow, there is only 26 possible keys, of course, but you have to try that all 26 with A, all 26 with B, all 26 with C, like that, 26 with 26 letters. That is what 26 factorial, which is actually greater than 2 raised to 88 possible keys. If attacker wants to if attacker wants to get the plain text, then he or she has to try 2 raised to 88 possible keys. So this is one example here, crypt analysis. Now here you can see this, there is one example given. We know that a simple substitution is used, but not necessarily a shift by n. I think in the previous slide, trying all 2 raised to 88 possible keys is not at all, I think, possible by hacker. But what is the solution? How the hacker will find the solution to get the plain text? Now here one more example. We know that a simple substitution is used, but not necessarily a shift by n. Find the key given. Find the key given the ciphertext. Assume that this is a ciphertext. This is the entire ciphertext. Now, question is how hacker is going to get the plain text with this ciphertext. Is that trying all 2 raised to 8 possible keys is possible? Cannot try all 2 raised to 8 simple substitution keys. It's not possible. Can we be more clever here in this case? English letter frequency counts. What we need to do is we have to count each letter, the number of occurrences of letter which is there in ciphertext. You can see this here. So in that ciphertext, we are going to count how many times A has occurred, how many times C, E, G, like that, right? So all these characters. So with its occurrences, frequency of counts. So anyhow, we got the number of occurrences of each letter from that ciphertext. But how to get the plain text from this? You can see here. Analyze this message using statistics below. So now you can see this ciphertext frequency counts. A occurred 21 times, B 26, like that. All the different characters occurred with a different uh, frequency of counts. So in this, so here we'll stop the video. So we'll stop the discussion here. So now in the next video, I'll be discussing about this ciphertext frequency count and how we are going to uh, cryptanalyze this particular ciphertext.